Caitlin, hello.
Hi.
Hi. You're going to have to help me on this one this week.
Why?
Kate. I don't feel good. Don't roll your eyes. I don't feel good. I'm very tired. I think I'm exhausted. I exhausted myself.
You're dying a slow death.
Yeah. Anyway. So what do you want to talk about? I'm just kidding. I think this week it's a good week since I don't feel that great. I'm like really tired and I'm like dizzy. Kind of dizzy right now, Cait.
I'm sorry to hear that.
So I figure I've got a lot of questions I put on social media earlier this week. I was like, send in some questions for Cait and I so we can like reintroduce ourselves. But we got a lot of new listeners.
We haven't done questions in a long time.
Well, these are questions I think about us to have conversations. That's kind of what I was looking for. I was like, give us something. Like, we want to talk about some random shit. So like, let's try it out. So I got a lot of questions sent in at Pomo and Kitch, and then also to 910-557-2871. So yeah, Cait, you want to get into it?
Yeah.
Caitlin
and Grant are not medical or mental health professionals. How to become a terrible person is for entertainment purposes only. Standard data and message rates apply to messages. Damn it, have some common sense, people.
Hey, what's up? Welcome to How to Become a Terrible Person, the only podcast on the internet helping you become the best, worst person possible. My name is Grant. I'm joined by my beautiful girlfriend, Caitlin. Hi, Cait.
Hi.
Let's see. Dear Desert. Remember them last week, Stephanie?
Yes, I do.
She said, thanks so much for the shout out. It had me cracking up, but I didn't want it to be advertised that I put bones of children in my pieces. How did you find out my process? So yeah, www.deardesert.com. So thank you again, Stephanie. I just figured since she sent me a message, I would read that. Ugh.
Does this mean we're not going to eat dinner?
No, we're going to eat dinner. You just get to pick.
Are you going to starve me out?
No. No, I'm telling you, I know like you roll your eyes and you think I'm very sensitive. But I've been sick in a while. I felt pretty good lately.
Yeah.
I mean, if you think about it, you've called in sick more than I have. It's not a competition, though.
Sometimes you use sick days and you may not be actually sick, okay?
Yeah, I get that.
You just need a day.
Mm-hmm. Today would be a good day for me to call in sick. I should have had somebody else host this with you. That'd have been smart.
No.
That'd have been pretty cool. If I would have just laid on the couch under a blanket and had one of my friends come over and play me. He doesn't even, they don't even introduce themselves as themselves.
Just has a completely different voice.
Just a random person. So it was July 4th weekend, and boy, you can really hear it in my voice, can't you? Do you hear that? My voice is really wobbly right now. I think I need to go to the hospital. We should call 911 on the podcast.
Grant has to be medevac.
Hello, medevac out of the apartment. Okay, www.terribleperson.co for the premium episodes. All that fun stuff. So these questions were sent in from listeners. And let's see. Question 1. Would you rather be able to talk to animals or speak every language?
Probably speak every language.
Yeah, I feel like that's more practical, right?
Yeah, because then you could, wherever you travel to, then you know exactly what everyone's saying. I think that would be more useful. Unless you're like a veterinarian.
I brought up talking animals on the John Jane Rich Afterwards podcast. I co-hosted an episode with Nick and Noah from the show, and we talked about talking animals out of nowhere. So I think it's interesting. Maybe they heard that podcast.
Yeah, that's what inspired them.
That might be it. Yeah, I think every language seems like it would be pretty practical. And I feel like if you just spoke more than, what do you think? Could you make a lot more money if you spoke like 3 languages? Like professionally? Like I feel like you could go and get jobs, right?
Yeah, I mean it does make you more marketable. Definitely. But I feel like, I don't know, it kind of depends, because a lot of people in like European countries, they know, like they grew up speaking multiple languages. They teach English in school and then obviously whatever their native language is.
Right.
So
I heard that if you go and teach teach a language overseas, you don't have to speak the language you're teaching. Like if you go to like South Africa,
you don't have to speak.
You don't have to
whatever language they speak in that country. In
South African.
Africa.
Is that not a language? South African.
I don't know.
What language? There's Swahili. Is that what it is? Swahili. Is that a language?
I think so.
Why'd you saying where? Okay, we answered that question. Fucking bad question. Question 2.
There's no such thing as a bad question, Grant. Have you ever heard that?
Oh, get ready. There's some bad ones in here. Send into 910-557-2871. What is your worst fear, Caitlin?
Bugs. Like
Yeah.
being in a completely pitch black room with fucking millions of bugs.
Being trapped in an apartment,
I
a
hate
2-bedroom.
the dark, and I hate bugs.
Being trapped in a 2-bedroom apartment with 2 cats who are useless in terms of catching bugs.
I know, they just stare at them.
Yeah, we've been inundated with beetles. I'm calling it beetle mania.
Yeah.
Because everybody's got it here. It's a real thing.
Yeah.
We
No,
have-
it definitely is. The monsoons bring them out.
Thousands of beetles have just taken over our apartment. And I'm just leaving food out for them now, you know? I poured a can of baked beans out on the porch a few minutes ago before we started this.
Feast on this.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Dead.
I think that's a pretty accurate
Next
one
question.
for Grant. Yeah.
Are there any conversations? Oh my God. Okay. So this is a good question. Are there any conversation topics that make you feel uncomfortable? No, for me personally. So I got to tell you this. One time I went on a date
Okay.
with this girl.
It wasn't a guy?
No, it wasn't.
Okay.
Not this time. No, and she was nice. We were we were just kind of friendly. I can't remember how the introduction was made, but you know, she knew I did a podcast, so it's like, and she would listen to the podcast, and she knew I talked about all kinds of crazy shit. And this was this was probably 6-7 years ago. So I'm like, hey, we should go and do something. So we went, I think, mini golf. That was the plan or something like that.
You taking somebody on a first date mini golfing?
Indoor mini golfing. Yeah, right? Yeah.
It's a great idea for you, Grant.
No, totally. And you know what's
Literally,
funny?
the first time I went miniature golfing with Grant, we didn't finish golfing. He made us leave.
Well, no, because we lost our balls. How did you want to keep playing? And we were on like the 17th hole, and it was like literally we lost both balls. Then I was like, well, do you want to go get 2 more balls, or do you want to finish the game? Or you know what I mean? Like I just at that point was like, if it was second hole and we lost both balls, I'd be like, let's go get more balls. You know?
Yeah.
So, but anyway, and side note, I demolished her in mini golf.
Was she just really bad?
No, I was on, you know, those nights, some nights you go,
You're like really good at mini golf and you're like, fuck yeah.
some nights you go mini golfing and it falls apart. And then some nights you're just like unstoppable.
Yeah.
This was one of the, and I was like, I'm not going to dumb this down. I'm playing the mini golf game of
It's
my
the
life.
best game of my life.
I'm never going to, yeah, it was like Tiger Woods. And like, it just every hole in one. I was just killing it. I was like, this is insane. I wasn't even trying.
Was it at a place in Scottsdale?
Yeah, it was black lights.
Yeah, I feel like I've been there before.
Yeah, it's like a zoo theme.
Yeah.
So that's the side note is I just fucking demolished her. And I was just like, but it was after this thing happened. Because on the way there, I was like, so do you, like, we're driving, and you know, it's like, what do you talk about? You're like, oh, so where'd you go? Where did you go live? Did you grow up here? Did you, like, you know, go to school around this area?
Yeah.
I don't know. Who gives a shit? But then because I was like, that's not interesting to me. The interesting stuff is what I was about to bring up. I was like, so do you are you like a church person? Do you go to church? And she was like, I don't think we should talk about this right now. And I was like, what? And like I said, what? Like that? Like, really? Uh-huh. And she was like, yeah, we shouldn't discuss this right now. And there was such a big part of me. I was on Thomas Road or Drinkwater. I was on Drinkwater, and I was about to just U-turn, take her back to where we were going, or where I picked her up. So I was like, that's fucking stupid, man.
So what did you find out later?
Nothing. I think.
Did you ever go on another date with her?
No. That was it. That literally in the first 10 minutes of the date, her being like, I don't think we should talk about it. I was like, what do you think? You're going to offend me?
That's kind of weird.
Like, what?
Unless it's like a really sore subject for her or something.
But I mean, you could say, oh, you know what? I had a bad experience. I don't go to church anymore. Or I love church. I go to church. Because if you go to church and you're stoked about it, you probably, like most of those people want to tell somebody, right?
Yeah.
The evangelical types.
I don't think we should talk about this.
I don't think we should talk about this.
That's weird. I'd be freaked out from that moment forward. I'd be like, okay, what are you hiding, you freak?
Yeah. And that's what I was thinking. I was like, what the fuck? This is literally the simplest question I'm going to ask you. You know what I mean?
Like, do you go to church?
I'd be like, next question. How do you feel about September 11th, 2001? What's your take? But no, that didn't. Well, needless to say, that relationship did not blossom beyond.
So it was just that one and only date.
Yeah, and I'm talking like 18th hole in one. Boom. Just shut it down.
But at that point, you probably didn't care though.
No, I didn't. I was just like tough. You know?
You're like, this isn't going anywhere. Fuck it.
Yeah, dude. I was like, then I like made it a point to just like, you know, whatever. So, Cait, do you have any topics of conversation that are uncomfortable for you?
Well, I mean, like, I don't like it when
Mm-hmm.
and they like to talk about like sex, or they'll bring up like shit like that. That makes me highly uncomfortable because I've always been like a super private person. Like, I don't even like to talk about like sex with my mom. That's weird to me. I know there are people that, you know, will talk, like daughters that talk about like sex and stuff with their moms. I just think that's so fucking
Yeah, I
weird.
don't have that relationship.
Yeah, no. Like, I'll talk to my mom about literally anything else but that. And I don't know. I just feel like they're all like, yeah, they want to talk about that kind of shit. And I'm just like, I don't want to know. Like,
It's also, man,
care to know.
It's really uninteresting. Like, there's like, that's something you find interesting like when you're like 20.
Yeah. And then they also, like, whenever, like, a good-looking or, you know, somewhat attractive person, man, specifically, they're all like, ooh, and it's just, like, super...
So annoying. And if a group of guys did that to a lady...
Yeah, it would make them feel,
right.
like,
And
very uncomfortable. They would want to get out of there immediately.
the next day it would be shut down by the health department.
Yeah, so
Done.
that makes me uncomfortable. Like, sex talk or anything sexual,
Yeah.
like... No, thank you.
These are good questions. Thank you, everyone, for sending these in, by the way. What's your favorite childhood memory, Caitlin? Good question. Sent in from Steve in Michigan? Michigan, yeah. Hey, Steve. What's your favorite childhood memory? What a weird question.
Like
By the way, I'm
specific?
imagining a guy who's like 50 being like, Grant and Cait, what's your favorite memory?
I don't have like a specific favorite memory.
Blocking this guy's number from my phone.
But I know when I was a little kid, I really used to like swinging on my swing set and singing songs. I used to love
Oh, that's right. We did talk
running
about
through
that.
the sprinklers.
Bike riding. I used to fucking love bike riding. And then like I knew where all the pretty girls in my neighborhood lived, and I just like ride around their houses.
And try to do like tricks and stuff in front of their house.
That went south a couple times. I ate shit a few times in front of pretty girls. But I was like also in 4th, 5th grade.
Oh.
That was my heyday.
Yeah.
I remember I was dating. I was my girlfriend in like 5th grade, or I was in 6th grade. She was in 5th grade.
Ugh.
Yeah, no big deal.
You were always one of those creepy old ones.
No, she was just like we were living in the same neighborhood type of thing. So it was a quick bike ride. So it was like cool. Anyway, so I got her a frog. And like, remember do you know the balloons? You get people a present and then they put a balloon around it and they blow it up. And so you have like this giant egg.
Yeah.
And so anyway, I got her a Christmas present. It was a stuffed frog. Like one of those nice, it was almost like a Boyd's Bear stuffed frog.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I'll ride my bike, take it over to her. And so it's fucking December 20th in Indiana. So it's like slushy, wet snow. I'm riding my bike over to her house, which is, I mean, probably it's like a 6-7 minute bike ride on the road, slushy, just sliding around. The balloon pops. And then the fucking frog is just saturated by the time I get there. So I just show up at her house like trash. I'm like,
Here's your Christmas present.
I got this for you.
Aw, Grant.
I remember there was a lot of shit like that. And what else? Childhood memories. I wore a tie to school for like almost a full year.
Just because you wanted to?
No, it was part of a science experiment. I was doing science.
Oh my God.
And I was trying to figure out if people treated me different because I wore a tie. And I was student of the year, so it worked out. So if you want to succeed in life, just wear a tie. Pop a tie on.
Oh my God.
So yeah, what else was cool? Oh, there was one time they used to go to this camp in 6th grade for 3 days. Like you'd go away as an elementary school to this camp. And I guess I went to Washington, D.C. because ballin'. And that was my dad just was like, we're going to Washington. We're taking a train to Washington. I was like, fuck yeah. And so all my friends had to go to this shitty camp. And while they were there, apparently they were so bad they had to come home the middle of the first night.
Why?
I don't know.
They were just giving the chaperones like.
I don't know if they caught some kids doing stuff or whatever, but it was just like it just got out of hand. Not quite Girl Scout murder out of hand, but just like probably I could imagine it was a ghetto school. Like ghetto school. And so I can imagine there was a lot of back talk. There were a lot of white girls with that their hair's like curled, but it's like firm, crunchy. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Like looks wet all the time.
Yeah, with like a lot of talking like this, like that sort of thing. And they were in 6th grade, which is like the most obnoxious version of that. And so I can just imagine all the talking back stuff. But they all got sent home. And on the Monday, we were back at school. My teacher, Mr. Baker, he fucking tore all the kids in our class a new asshole, except me because I was in Washington, D.C. And so, like, literally, I was just like, oh, what'd you guys do? And it's one of my fondest childhood memories. Just everybody else, like, literally the most trouble they'd ever been in up until that point in their lives.
And I'm you're just like,
I'm just sitting there. I'm just reading my journal from the DC trip. I'm like, well, you guys were getting kicked out of I was at the Washington Monument. Here's a picture. Here's a postcard. I remember I went to the Mint and got a bag of the money that they have to destroy. Do you know what I'm talking about? Every day they fuck up so many bills because that's a political stance. That's what we do here. We just print money. But when you go there, they have sheets
because it's like super old.
No, it's either it's
like
old,
ripped in half dollar bills.
It's either
or whatever.
old bills that get. I don't think it's that so much the ones they sell there, but basically there's flubs, so it'll be like a smudge, and they have to destroy the whole sheet. So they just shred it right there, and then they bag it up and sell it. So you can get a bag of shredded money.
So it's like misprinted money.
Pretty much, yeah. I think
not
that's
like old money.
No,
because they do that too. Like if you have like a really crappy dollar or whatever, and it's just like worn down and gross.
Do they shred that?
I don't know if they shred it, but they destroy them and replace it with like a new monies.
Ooh, here's a good question. This sent in from Alice. Thank you, Alice. If you could trade places with someone for a day, who would you choose? Cait? Anybody?
Anybody in the world?
Currently, Philip Seymour Hoffman, Anthony Bourdain,
Joe Biden.
Who else? I'm just doing.
You're doing all dead people.
Chris Cornell.
I'm doing someone who's almost dead.
Kate Spade. Were you sad when Kate Spade was murdered by the Clintons?
Oh God, here we go. Their conspiracy shit.
Did that affect you? I think it'd be cool if
I thought it was really sad. I thought when she died.
Definitely sad. So back to the question of if you could trade places. I think it'd be cool. Would you be able to take anything from that experience, you think? Like, would you be able to be like learn, like you all of a sudden have their skill set? Is that part of it? That'd be cool. Let's say that. So you trade places, and then when you come back to your body, you have whatever skills they have.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, okay, that
Well,
changes things, right?
Yeah, because we just watched a video yesterday, and I was like, oh my God, that'd be so amazing to be that good at that. Gordon Ramsay. like, I was just like, holy shit. It would just be so amazing to be so amazing at something.
Just to have an encyclopedia of knowledge on like a topic.
Yeah.
And he could be like, oh, you want this recipe? Here, I'll just whip it up.
Yeah, here, it's all just in my mind. I just know how to do it perfectly.
Yeah, that would be pretty sick. I'd probably say Scott, the cat. It'd be neat to switch places with our animals for the day.
Just to see, like...
But then again, would Awesome have to go and do the radio show?
Yes.
Because that would be bad.
She would be in your body. It would just be like with her mind.
She would be observing. Oh, it'd be like that Black Mirror episode.
Yeah.
Where the girlfriend...
So you'd be like, you know,
Yeah.
You'd switch bodies and minds, basically.
www.terribleperson.co if you want the premium episodes. This is a nice way to ease into this. I'm feeling better. Feeling a little bit better right now.
Pepped up.
A little bit more pepped up. I think because we're just rolling. Cait, what do you think the meaning of life is? Do you think there is a meaning of life? Or do you think it's... But kind of a bad question. That's sent in from Matthew. Thank you, Matthew.
The meaning of life.
I don't think there is a meaning.
I don't think there is either. Like, I don't think that, like, we're... Like, humans were specifically... put on Earth, like whatever, we evolved into humans for a specific reason because we were supposed to fill some weird
So do you think we're
thing in like the destiny of the world.
Do you think we're like a cosmic accident? Do you think it's just like conditions are perfect and we just happen to exist? Or do you think?
Well, no, because I think like there's tons of aliens and shit out there too, so I don't think we're the only ones that exist.
You know, I heard the other day that aliens are just interdimensional humans. UFOs, as we know them, are potentially just people from
Isn't
other
that kind of-
dimensions.
Well, I guess no, because
Coming-
they were aliens.
And they're
but-
they're not necessarily coming back to warn us, but they're coming back for something. Or they're switching dimensions to be like, hey, whatever you guys are doing, chill the fuck out. It's ruining it for the rest of us. Like, that's why they see UFOs around nuclear attacks. Not nuclear attacks, but like test sites for weapons and shit like that.
So when you say they're coming from another dimension, are they in our galaxy?
Well, I mean, okay. At that point, dimensions are beyond galaxy, the way I think about it. Like, they exist in our galaxy, but a different version of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess technically it's not our galaxy exactly. It's their version of our galaxy. Bruh.
But it's exactly like ours. Like
Except, yeah, certain things are different. Because what do they say? The people who believe in like that parallel universe and they believe in infinite, like every choice, it creates a new...
Okay, yeah, because I think it would have to be like another galaxy because I don't think like... Not so much our galaxy, but like our world. I don't think it's going to last much longer.
Ooh, hot
like
take.
planet Earth.
How do you think it's going to end? When do you think it? What do you have a prediction?
No, but I mean, like Arizona's already pretty much out of water. So
Did you see that there was a new thing signed today? A $1 billion
water?
Arizona protection water thing
I did not.
by the Gov.
What is it?
I don't know. I like started
I
reading
did
it,
hear-
and I immediately was so uninterested. I was like, I would rather die of thirst than finish this article.
Well, I know that in certain counties in Arizona now, if you're trying to build a house, a business, anything like that, you're not allowed to, like, they're pretty much denying everything because you can't have like 100-year guaranteed water supply anymore because they're not allowing you to get water from the ground. You have to then provide your own water, whether that's trucking it in, using reclaimed water.
I think it's crazy that people think 100 years in the future.
I think it's crazy to think that they're worried that we won't have water 100 years from now. That's scary.
For us, not so much.
Well, I mean...
I'm like, give me a styrofoam cup.
100 years, that's like the max amount, right? In their minds when they say that. So Could be 20.
I think they're basically saying what, a lifetime, right? In a lifetime. Because that's crazy.
I guess a lifetime. A long lifetime.
That's like when you go, what's your 30, 60, 90, 100 year plan? I'm like, what?
100, I'll probably be dead.
I'll definitely be dead.
90, I'll probably be dead by then too.
What do you admire most about yourself, Caitlin? Sent in from, let's see, Deborah? Shout out, Deborah. Thank you. What do you admire most about yourself? Do you want me to go first?
Like, what do you admire most about me? Yeah, I'd love to hear it.
No.
Oh.
What you admire about yourself? I would probably say my service to the Mesa Fire Department. That's my most admirable
You have to pick
trait.
a real thing.
It is real.
Okay.
I just want to shout out to my firefighter brothers.
Well, then I'm thankful for my above mega genius level IQ. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And my 15-inch penis. All real things.
Very, very real.
Shout out to the boarders who are listening and just heard that. Spoiler alert. It's not.
I think they got that.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Let's see. Do you feel beautiful? Fuck you.
Was that a question?
Yeah, whoever asked that. Thanks. Thanks a lot. Thanks for listening.
Do I feel beautiful? Are we seriously answering that? It depends on the day.
I'm not going to answer that.
Okay.
I will not dignify. I will not give them a response. Okay, what did we watch this week? Anything? We watched.
I watched Stranger Things while you were sleeping.
I was asleep. Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, because
It was only 2 episodes.
Yeah, the last 2 episodes of Stranger Things came out.
What'd you think?
Well, it ended, and I was like, well, shit, that's really how this whole entire show is ending? Because I don't know, for whatever reason, but Grant and I both thought that this was the last season of Stranger Things.
100%.
And I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one who thought that, because I remember seeing somebody like say something on their Instagram story like, oh my God, I just watched the last of Stranger Things. I can't believe that's it.
Yeah, I saw a lot of people saying that.
I was like, oh shit. Like, I'm not. So I didn't feel as bad because we weren't the only ones who weren't in the know, but it's not the last season of Stranger Things. They're doing one more season.
But I mean.
But I did hear that they might do like one of those huge time lapse things. So I don't know.
Where it's like it.
Yeah, I don't know exactly when it's going to be coming out, but they're going to use the same people.
So what? So okay, what did you like about, like, why do you like Stranger Things? Because I'm not totally. I like the first season, all right.
Well, remember how I told you I forgot that how much I liked it because they take so long between.
It's kind of what My Funeral Home Stories is doing.
It's like 4 years between seasons.
Hell yeah, I'm on that. I'm on the Game of Thrones Stranger Things plan.
So that's I just kind of forgot how much I liked it. I watch all the seasons before this new season came out, so I kept up with it. But just as time goes by, it just loses its luster. But then it comes out again, and then there's nothing else on Netflix, so I put it on, and I'm like, oh man, this is a good show. I guess the thought of like the upside down and there being like another dimension or world or whatever.
Well, Cait, I mean, it didn't. We edited it out of the podcast because it didn't go anywhere. But CERN, which I brought up at the beginning of the episode, and then just tanked the energy because it was just so fucking boring. I think they did that. I think CERN, the LHC, the Large Hadron Collider, they've done it this week.
Do you think they did it on purpose to align with the Stranger Things?
The release.
Part 2.
It was a deal.
Release?
It was like a 30-year deal. They literally built how
they paid Netflix.
What's a kilometer? How far is a kilometer? Like, is it less than a mile or a little bit more than a mile?
I think it's less than a mile.
Okay. Because actually, you know what? Let me see if we can
Google it. Yeah, a mile is longer than a kilometer. What would you do if I told you I was a flat earther?
I'd be fine with it. I'm pretty sure I had a girl stop dating me because she thought I was a Scientologist. Like, I'm fairly certain that's why that whole thing went down. And with the wedge that was driven between us was Scientology.
Why did you think that?
I was really into Scientology at the time. I was like really into it.
Like you just knew a lot of information about
yeah, and I was
it?
like reading Dianetics. I was reading the books, and I was just like every conversation I'd be like, it's Scientology. And then I was like, I just couldn't afford. I would probably have been a Scientologist, but I just couldn't afford it. It's just way too expensive.
Are you serious?
Yeah, no, I mean, not because I believed it, just because I was like, fuck, dude, it'd be sick to be in like a cool ass club. Like the same reason I almost joined the Freemasons, but then it just got a little weird on paper to me. Like, cause my dad would talk about some stuff, and I'd just be like, it wasn't like the creepy conspiracy shit. It was like, just fraternity meetings and stuff like that. Guys shaking each other's hands, holding each other's knuckles. Ooh, secret handshake.
But it wasn't like as cool as you thought it was going to be.
No, nothing is. Well, also too, think about it. Do you think like the Freemasons of Elkhart, Indiana are making any major world decisions when it comes to the New World Order, babe?
No.
Yeah, neither do I. What emoji represents you today and why?
You're like the little poop emoji 'cause apparently you don't feel well.
Because that's true. True. I like the poop emoji. What else? What emoji represents you, Cait?
I feel like I'm like the smiling emoji with the little hands
You're like the
underneath them,
vampire emoji. That's a good one for you. A vampirus.
What, because I suck the life out of you every day?
No, babe. Yeah. Ooh. Hey-o.
Stop.
That's right.
Shit.
No, I'd probably be there's the chef, there's the farmer. I'd probably be wait, hold on. Do they have a firefighter?
What was the question?
What emoji would you be? Yes, they do. There it is. That's my emoji. Shout out to all the firefighters, all my brothers.
It's Station
302 here in Mesa. Shout out, guys, boys, what's up? I'm going to start a bowling league. Stealing fireman valor. That's my favorite thing now. When next time we go to an event, they're like, would all the members of the police and fire department please stand up? I'm going to stand up and be like, thank you. I do this for you guys. You and you and you. All right, Cait, we should probably switch over to premium episode. This is kind of a dud this week. Free episode, huh?
I mean, call it what you want, Grant.
What did
Some
you
people
think?
might like it.
I don't know. I'm hoping to bring up the energy. We're gonna continue.
Give people a chance to form their own opinion.
We're gonna keep answering.
talk shit.
We're gonna keep answering questions. We're gonna move over to. I think some of the ones for the premium episode might be a little bit better. I separated these. Cait, how long do you think you'd live in the zombie apocalypse? 2 days. 3 days.
That's really all you think that I would live?
Cait, why is that round? Why are round pizzas put in square boxes? Go.
Because if you tried to put a square box in a square, if the squares weren't exactly the same, then it wouldn't fit.
How many beers? This is a good question. How many beers do you think you'd consume, like in one sitting, if you had to drink beers? A lot of them. How many beers could you put down?
I don't know, because I feel like beer makes me feel just really gross and bloated and fat. So I don't really like to drink a whole lot of beer. But if I had to, I could probably drink like 3.
In my heyday, I could put down a case.
4.
I could do 24. But that was when I was trying. I did that maybe twice. I did 2 case races in my whole life. Did you ever do that?
No.
It's not very. It's like I think it's more of a dude thing.
Did you ever play Dizzy Bat?
I don't know. No, I don't know what that is.
Oh.
I'm assuming that's the one where you spin around.
On the bat, yeah. And then you have to hit it, and then you have to run.
But are you drinking while you're doing this? Is that a drinking game?
Yes.
Oh.
You have to like chug a beer.
And then
then however many seconds it takes you to chug the beer, that's how many times you have to spin. That's how many seconds you have to spin around on the, like, with your head on the baseball bat. And then, so if it takes you 17 seconds and you have to spin around for 17 seconds, so then you get really dizzy. Then someone throws the ball to you, you have to hit it and then run.
I've never played that. No.
It's pretty fun.
I don't like things where you get dizzy. That's my least favorite. I think that might be
that's why you drink. That's the incentive to drink it really quickly.
My least favorite thing is feeling dizzy. I would say, like that where you're spinning around and around. That feeling when you're done and you're just like, ugh. You're not sick yet, but you just feel like you feel shitty. think it's a bad feeling.
Yeah, I get that.
How do you hang toilet paper, over or under, Cait?
I used to hang it under, but I don't like it like that anymore. Now I hang it over.
Over is the way to go. If you hang it under, you're a lunatic.
You're a lunatic. I used to for
Like logically,
a very long time.
Let's say you got some mess on your hands, and you go and it's hanging under. I feel like the potential of you touching other parts of the toilet paper if it's hanging under, when you grab it, I feel like you touch the other parts of the paper.
How many times do you poop and you get poop on your hands? Like,
I generally start with poop on my hands.
Happening?
It's not a question of when it happens during. It's
Disgusting.
There's shit everywhere all the time. Yeah, I hang it over too. Okay, 910-557-2871. Thank you for these questions. We're going to move over to the premium episode right now. So go to www.terribleperson.co. Join us there. It's $2 a month. We got a lot of episodes now. A lot of episodes.
A lot of premium or just regular?
Premium. Well, I mean, we have a shit ton of regular too. I mean, we got a lot.
I'm not on all of them, but that's okay.
Now you are on more than what Ashley was on.
Yes.
So I think you technically are the co-host.
So bye.
Yeah. So, okay, switch over to premium. Everybody, if you're not going to switch over to the premium, that sucks. You should think about it, and we'll talk to you soon. Okay, bye. Cait, do you know this song? Vampire Weekend, Cousins.
Yeah, I do.
I feel like I want to hear this song. This is like a good... Again, if you didn't listen to the free episode, I don't feel good. I have many diarrheas. Many things.
Really?
I had diarrhea this morning.
It's unfortunate.
It's like hot water. Boiling hot water. That's what it sounded like.
When it was hitting the toilet?
My diarrhea. Okay, Cait, quit fucking around. Quit fucking around, Cait.
Shut your mouth.
What are we going to talk about in the premium episode? What are all the things you want to discuss today?
Babe, this is your job.
Yeah, I know, but you got to pull the weight today. You got to pick up the slack because I'm dying.
I'm sorry that you don't feel well.
If you found out I was dying, what would you assume I'd be dying of? That's a good question.
E. coli because you ate your own poop.
What? But I don't have a history of eating my own poop.
Not like you ate it, like you just like physically like just put it into your mouth, but you had it on your fingers.
Sometimes when Cait falls asleep on the couch with her mouth open, I get on my hammock and I put my butt on the hammock and I poop through hole.
Ew.
All right, fuck it. We're
So
starting.
disgusting.
Oh shit, I put a fade on it this week. So it fades down.
Oh,
Fuck yeah, so I
okay.
don't have to do that shit later. Hell yeah. That's called working smarter, not harder. Right?
You. Yes, it is.
That's what it is. I'm so hard right now. Starting the premium episode. Fucking harder. Harder than last week. Speaking of that, Cait, in the bad question category, what motivates you to work hard? Answer, nothing. Nothing. I think Cait
Money?
and the cats. Yeah. Probably you two. You two, you and Scott. High energy
Just
Cait.
me and Scott?
High energy Cait.
What about Awesome?
Nope.
Is she like the forgotten about stepchild
She's a little
in the back room?
She's a little bowling ball.
Aw.
These suck. What accomplishments do you think you're proudest of? Pooh. Nothing. I've done nothing. I have done nothing.
Getting my master's degree.
Oh yeah. Getting Caitlin's master's degree. That's probably mine. If you could be fluent in any language, why are there so many language questions? Wait, okay, what? Yeah, there you go, Cait. What language would you want to speak if you had to speak a language? I mean, Spanish seems like it makes the most sense.
Yeah, but that's just like so basic and boring now.
I would say North Korean or Mandarin.
I would say Russian.
Russian's smart.
Yeah.
China, Mandarin.
Like, I want to learn a new alphabet.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Fun.
we'll be speaking Russian pretty soon anyway, right?
I mean, who knows?
What's the next item on your bucket list? Learning Russian?
No, I want to go.
A1.
I want to go on another European vacation because I haven't been there in so long. I'm getting old now.
Next, I want to save money. That's my bucket list. I want to die with more than $4 in my wallet. That'd be sick. That'd be really cool, right, Cait?
So Grant just never wants to do anything. He just wants to.
That's not true.
He wants to
Cait,
die like Scrooge McDuck.
Cait, I literally do everything you ask. Everything you ask, I do. And you're like, you don't want to do anything. I'm like, what are you talking about? I don't inhibit your dreams, babe. I don't.
What?
Anything you want to do, I say let's do it.
Okay.
When was the last time you felt unbounded optimism? It's a great question because it's a long time ago. Like, when were you super optimistic? Not in the recent future or past. Fuck, I'm sick, guys.
I would say, yeah, no, not in 2020, not in 2021, not in 2022 for sure.
Yeah.
Probably in 2019.
Yeah, I was gonna say I was really optimistic after the first 3 seasons of Funeral Home Stories, and then immediately
now the world has gone to complete shit. So
yeah.
I don't know.
If you could pick up a new skill, what skill would you pick up, Cait?
I would want to I've been thinking about this more and more lately, but I don't know, maybe it's because you always show me all those videos of people playing instruments and shit.
Yeah.
I wish I could go back and relearn how to play the violin. I think that'd be cool.
Yeah, that'd be neat.
Yeah, just because I wish, you know how when your parents say, "Oh, you're gonna regret that," that's what my mom told me when I quit orchestra. And yeah, I wish.
But
I
where would
have
it?
I mean, it's not like I wanted to be a professional musician, violinist, whatever. But I don't know, just be a cool skill to still have.
Yeah, I understand that, and also too, your brain develops
To just be able to whip out the violin and still be able to play really well. That'd be cool.
What's the sexiest name you've ever heard?
The sexiest name?
Yeah.
First name?
I don't know, babe. I don't know. I didn't write the question. Ask
Enrique.
Enrique?
Yeah. Because Enrique Iglesias is really cute.
I don't know. Is he cute now? Still? Currently?
Yeah, I mean, he's pretty good looking.
He just looks like George Lopez now.
No.
Did you ever have an imaginary friend, Cait?
I don't really know. I don't think I did. I don't remember my parents ever telling me about me talking to an imaginary friend or anything like that.
Oh.
So I don't think so.
I had an imaginary dog.
Wrong.
I had an imaginary dog named Russell.
I thought he was a real dog.
No, and then he turned into a real dog. My parents got him for me. They caved. Did you see Justin Bieber got over his facial paralysis?
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, I think he was faking. Do you think he was faking?
Well, he
just didn't want to tour, man. He was like, here, just give me some Novocaine on the side of my face, and I'm going to make this video real quick. Because he wanted to go to Thailand with Haley.
I think that, they said from the beginning that it was probably just due to stress and being, I don't know, overwhelmed and that it would go away. So I was never really oh yeah, he's going to be paralyzed forever.
Yeah, Cait, I ran out of steam. I think we should hit pause and I will record something tomorrow.
Okay.
We're going to take a quick break and then, I'll be back in a second.
Someday somebody's gonna make you wanna turn around and say goodbye. Until then, baby, are you gonna let him hold you down and make you cry?
Woo! What's up? This is a big transformation from last night where I had zero energy. I had nothing to talk about. And I was tired and I felt like shit. And so I just told Cait, I was like, hey, let's pause. I can fill this time I can fill the remainder of this premium content today. So here we are. Hi, everyone. It's a little Right Said Fred. I'm just going to play music for the next 30 minutes. This song fucking rules.
I'm too sexy for your party. Too sexy for your party. No way I'm disco dancing.
Dude, hell no. Woo! So just to paint a picture here, Cait is at work. I'm sitting on the couch. And there's an 18-pound tuxedo cat licking her paw to my left. Her name is Awesome. In the closet, in the bedroom, there's another cat. His name is Scott. And he's about 14 pounds. So yeah, I figured, there's a lot going on in the world. I could probably fill this time. We're calling this, this is all filler, no killer episode this week. Let's see here what we got. James Caan. Legendary actor James Caan. Best known for his role as Sonny Corleone. Dies at 82. 82 years old. Dead. Hold on.
Hello?
Hello?
Hi.
Hey, you're on the podcast. What are you doing?
Well, I've been taking a nap.
Oh, cool. Did you hear Jimmy Caan died?
Yes, I heard that from Australia.
Oh, yeah? Do you have any thoughts? Who do you think killed James Caan, Mom?
The Godfather.
You think it was Bill and Melinda Gates?
No, I don't.
Oh, okay. Well, hey, I was just calling to say hi and see what you're doing and to tell you James Caan is dead. Dead.
I know. I saw that. I liked him a lot, especially in The Godfather. We're having a thunderstorm here.
Nice. It's 1,000,000 degrees here.
It is here too.
Ugh.
But
Well,
it's at least we're trying to get some rain.
well, cool. Well,
All right.
all right.
Well, hey to all your listeners.
Yeah, this is the premium episode. I have to fill some time because I didn't feel like recording.
Oh, thanks.
This is the all filler premium episode this week.
Well, it's good to know I'm a filler.
Yeah, but you're top of mind filler, so you're right up top. All right, Mom.
Okay.
Well, enjoy your nap.
Talk to you later. Okay. Bye
All
bye.
right, bye. All right, so we need to figure out a better way to kill some time. My mom is she's taking a nap, so this isn't going to work out. I feel like maybe we should call Caitlin and see what Cait's doing. She's at work. She's not going to appreciate this.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
What are you doing?
I'm at work.
Oh, cool. I'm recording. I'm filling time on this podcast. The one I didn't feel good enough to record last night.
Oh, the one that we stopped?
Yeah. So do you have anything you want to talk about, Cait?
Oh my God. You call me at work to do this to me, really?
I got 27 minutes to fill, Cait. I need some help. And I called my mom and she was taking a nap and she was like, hello? And I was like, oh shit. So now I just wanted to say hi. But
you're really just grasping at straws over here.
But this is good. This has already eaten up 40 seconds of the podcast. So thank you, sweetheart.
You're welcome.
Well, okay. So you're at work. Is it busy?
Not at all. I borrowed my coworker's under desk bicycle.
Oh, cool.
And I did that for an hour.
Getting your reps in.
Yeah. I burned about 120 calories, so not bad.
I gotta tell you about.
Wow.
If I have it, but anyway, Cait. So I gotta cut that out. So I got to minus a minute there. So yeah, we're back down to 39 seconds, Cait. Well, okay. Well, I love you. I hope you have a wonderful day, babe.
I love you too. I'm sorry that I wasn't able to finish the podcast with you yesterday.
No, it was a me problem. It wasn't a you problem. This is the premium. Do you have anything you want to say to the folks listening to the premium?
Thank you. Thank you for subscribing and paying to listen to stupid shit like this.
Yes. I'm pretty sure I'm just going to pop on Goodfellas and just do commentary on Goodfellas.
I really want to thank you.
I'm going to put out a 3-hour episode this week, and it's just going to be me watching Goodfellas. So, yeah. All right, Cait. Well,
I think people would enjoy that, actually.
Well, okay. Well, then that's the green light. I'm going to set that up right now. Are you coming? Are you going to come home for lunch? Or are you staying there?
I am probably going to come home for lunch, yes.
Okay, babe. Well, see you in a bit.
So I will maybe see you soon.
Yeah, I'll probably still be doing this. So woo. All right.
All right.
All right,
Well,
babe. I'll talk to you in a bit.
good luck to you.
All right. Bye, babe. Okay, so that's Caitlin. That's my girlfriend. What are we listening to? Sir Mix-a-Lot. Dude, I just got the background beats on this episode. It's like kind of, yeah. Okay, let's see what else is going on in the news. Oh, actually, we got some more listener questions. Do you still sleep with a stuffed toy? I do not. Body pillow, bruv. Have you guys seen Attack the Block? I'm just gonna talk to you like you're here. There's this movie called Attack the Block. It's got this dude, the stormtrooper, John Boyega, I think his name, from the Star Wars, and he made this movie when he was like a teenager, and it's about this zombie attack in the UK or England or wherever. I don't know geography. But this is a movie about an alien attack, and it's like in a housing project and somewhere in Great Britain or the UK, or maybe those things are the same thing. But it's pretty cool. You guys should watch it. End of review. It's fucking really creepy. Really, really creepy, guys. So anyway, do mermaids have live babies or lay eggs? Ugh, that's a gross question. Let's do some math here. Well, I mean, they don't have the parts to lay babies, right? You can't give birth to a live baby if you don't have the setup for it. Where would it come out of? The bottom of the fin? No, they have to lay eggs, but where do the eggs come from? They have like I've never seen the anatomy of a mermaid really that up close before. Maybe that's something I should research. Let's do that now. Mermaid. We're playing all the hits from the late 90s here. Mermaid anatomy drawing. Here we go. Okay. So what do we got here? People actually drew this like it's scientific. Like this is a real thing. Okay, so I'm zooming in on this diagram, and I can't read anything. Rectus. I don't know. Where would they have babies? How do mermaids reproduce? So I guess they gotta lay eggs, right? Very little eggs. They have fins on the front? Ugh. Ugh. Guys, mermaids are gross. What's people's obsession with mermaids? Back to the questions. Do you think aliens really exist? Yes. I don't know. Maybe. I hope so. I think it'd be pretty cool. It'd suck if they didn't, right? What if all the conspiracy theories and all the alien stuff and everything like that what if it's all made up? Like all of it. The world would be far less interesting, right? If you didn't think in 20 years we're going to be attacked by aliens. But if you just knew they didn't exist, what should we be afraid of? Like people? People are scary. You got your John Wayne Gacy's. You got your Ted Kaczynski types. You got your Ed Kempers. You got your wild cards, is what I'm trying to say. So I guess maybe, should we be more afraid of people or more afraid of a pending alien attack someday? I'm getting we're listening to Spice Girls, and I'm getting into the hard, heavy shit right here. You don't want to hear again? Is it too early to play this again? Yeah, so aliens, guys. If aliens knew we were rocking fucking Right Said Fred, I wonder if they're aware and they're like, man, that seems really fun. Like they're in their spaceships listening to this song. And they're just like, these guys fucking party, dude. We need to get down there. And then they're like, have you seen the bombs they've made? Have you seen all the things they have that just destroy things? We're gonna get eaten alive. This is a trap. Right Said Fred was a trap for the aliens. That's my hot take, guys. This song was created to lure alien life to Earth, basically to trick them and to say we're just partying. 1991, we're partying. I think that's actually when most of the alien activity started. You know, if you really think about it, go back through the history books and look and see. 1991 was a big year for alien sightings, alien life. And this song is responsible for it. This song is responsible for the destruction of the modern civil world. God, what a jam, though.
Too sexy for my car, too sexy by far.
Again, you know, this is all filler. Just to remind you, if you didn't recognize from the content, all filler this week, guys. What's your preference, to be buried or to be cremated? I want to be cremated, guys. I think I've said this before. I don't need anybody fucking around with me. I just want to be thrown into the retort, the incinerator, the crematorium, whatever you call it. Just when it's over, just throw me in there. I don't even need a cardboard box. Just let's do it. Because yeah, I mean, have you guys ever really seen an embalming or an autopsy? I mean, you don't really have a choice about autopsy, but you do have a choice with embalming. I realize you're not there. You're dead. Clearly, you're dead. So, but I just imagined a world where it's like you die and then you kind of stay in your head for a while and you have to like live through your embalming. I just think that would be terrible. So I'd rather be dead for 2 days and be cremated than be dead for a couple hours and take that chance that I'm still in there and have some guy rooting around my insides. You know? That doesn't sound very fun. Ooh, hello. Dude, we're playing the hits today. 1993, this song. Perfect. Another. Aliens heard this, and they were like, what is this hot shit? We got to get down to Earth. We got to get down to Earth. We got to hang out with Snow. Because you can inform. You know, I lick your boom boom down. I know it's hard to tell. This guy, white dude, his name's Snow. Listen to his hot fire flows here. This was like a period of rap where everybody was just like, they were just doing that a lot, and everybody was like, oh my God, what are you doing? Perfect example. Bone Thugs and Harmony. They were a little later, but they were doing a lot of Let me get a good example of hemina. A lot of hemming and hawing in this song. Stephanie young up in the mother got a hand got a bean. Wait for it. Biggie's verse is like normal. Stephanie young up in the mother got a hand got a bean. Green and nicotine. Dude. Scary. That's scary rapping. That's some hard street stuff. Hemina. Listen, guys. Thank you for listening to this fun, not so fun filler episode of How to Become a Terrible Person. Let's get back into this. Let's see if we can find a new news story. James Caan. Did you guys know that James Caan, who is primarily and best known for his role as Sonny Corleone in The Godfather, he passed away at 82. Breaking news. If you're just tuning in now, every story today on all the like the prep and big news aggregate sites, it's all James Caan. There must be nothing else happening in the world. U.S. showbiz. How many people actually use Daily Mail? Is that like I know it's a UK site, but who? Okay, so let's see. What do we got? Demi Moore makes a splash at 59. Charlie's Angel stars gets back into her bikini after helping design swimwear. Okay, that's a non-story. That is what we like to call in the industry a non-story. Nothing there. They just want a reason to put Demi Moore in a bathing suit on their website. Totally get it. Totally get it. Let's see here. Legendary actor James Caan dies at 82. Travis Barker shows off his new tattooed arms. What are we talking about here?
Shows off. Oh, it's just Travis Barker shows off his tattooed arms and a tank top as he leaves recording studio in Los Angeles. When is Travis Barker not wearing a fucking sleeveless shirt? You know? It's like he's shirtless. This is what we like to call in the industry a non-story, folks. He's walking out of a building, sleeveless shirt. There is nothing else happening today in the news. I'm over knowing so much about Travis Barker. Who was the first person on your hit list? This seems like a loaded question, right? I'll tell you what, the first person on my hit list is Awesome the Cat. You know, she's on thin ice. She's just always bossing me around, being like, hey, you got to feed me. You got to give me water. You got to give me attention. I'm like, you got to get in the crock pot. Boom. Literally roasted. No, I don't have a hit list, guys. And I certainly don't have a number first person on that. So good question, but thank you. Or bad question. Thank you for sending it. Are you afraid of staying home alone? No. Can you tell the most hilarious joke you've heard? No. Have you ever succeeded in making... that's a bad question, guys. What are we doing? 910-557-2871. Which one of your body parts do you wish you could change? I mean, I'm like an ideal specimen of a person, so I don't really need to improve anything. Getting old fucking sucks, guys. I realize probably a lot of you that are listening to this are older than me, so you've already known this, and you didn't tell me. No one told me. Actually, a lot of people told me. Growing up sucks. Getting old sucks. It does. Things hurt. Your body hurts. You get sick for just no reason. And you just all you have to do is just lay down. You feel better. It's like you don't have to do that when you're young. When you're in your 20s, you don't need naps, but naps are fun to take. So you take a lot of them. But I feel like those are wasted naps now that I'm thinking about it. I fucked up. I should have been enjoying all those hours that I was napping. I should have been doing something else with my agile, youthful body. Now that I'm falling apart and dying, you know. If I have Papa John's, I have to be near a bathroom within, 15 minutes of eating a piece of pizza. 15, 20 minutes. That didn't happen when I was 20. Shouldn't be happening now. I think there's something wrong with me, guys. www.imdying.com. Have you ever driven someone else's car without getting first their permission? Yeah. Oh, hell yeah. One time there was a dude who parked me in at a show, and he was like, I was in a spot and he parked behind me, and I was getting ready to load out and take my drums and take off, and he left his doors unlocked. So I just got in his car, put it in neutral, and pushed it down the street and put it in park. So, and then I moved my car and I left. So it was pretty cool. So basically, it's like Grand Theft Auto. I basically Grand Theft Auto'd that guy. I got in his car. But yeah, it was weird. I was like, what, should I be doing this? It's like, well, I got to get home. I got to get to bed, guys. I'm old. Can't park me in. You can't park me in, brother. Do you know what I want to hear? What am I looking for in a truck? Wheels. A bed. You know, like truck bed. Maybe a full-size back seat. Definitely, like, at least 8 to 35 cylinders. Want a fifth wheel. You know? That's why I look for Chevys. Like a rock. Oh, brother. Well, I tell you what. This whole filler episode is brought to you by Chevrolet. God, dude. Bob Seger. Working for peanuts, man. No dimes to spare, folks. Just all filler podcast shit. Just like a rock. Oh, brother, you better believe it. I don't really like Bob Seger that much. Truthfully, I don't really like the song all that much. But it takes me back. It takes me back to Sundays, watching football I didn't care about, seeing Chevy commercials, and being like, holy shit, that truck? It's like a rock, dude. It's like a fucking rock. Also, oh my god, dude. It's jamming. This is the dumbest episode of How to Become a Terrible Person I've ever done. Do you believe it's possible to inflate a balloon when underwater? No. I do not. Well, I mean, you probably could, I guess, if you had it sealed before you went underwater. Like, if you put the balloon in your mouth, went underwater, and blew it up that way, as long as, like, the seal is like, space locked, you're good. Right? But also, too, man, that's an awful lot of pressure around the balloon. Like, surface tension. Bad question. Stupid question. But no, I don't think you can inflate a balloon underwater. I just don't. Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't think it's possible. What has been the strangest thing a visitor has done at your home? That's a bad question. Have you ever been in a car crash where it was your fault? Yeah, I rear-ended a guy on the highway a couple years ago. That's a fucking crazy feeling. When you're just like, stop. And you're slowing down and you feel everything sliding and then you just hit him. Ugh. Thankfully, the dude was cool. I mean, he was dead. So I just took off. Woo! No, he got out of his car and he was like, not pissed. He just was like, kind of like, well, I mean, there's a part of the highway. Every city's got it where it like bottlenecks. And it bottlenecks because there's two highways that intersect, so people are trying to get on and get off. And yeah, I rear-ended a dude. I'm trying to think, obviously I've told this story before. I hit a deer doing like 80. One time I was driving to go surprise a girlfriend in high school. It was her birthday, so I got up at like 4 a.m. and was going to go to her house. And I think I was going to decorate. I think that was it. But like I left the house, and within 3 minutes of getting to the house, I had spun out my car and hit a guardrail going over a bridge. So I almost went over the bridge. And I think I just hit a patch of black ice or something, but it was March. So it didn't really make any sense. But yeah, I slid all over. Boom. And let's see. Yeah, I've gotten in accidents that weren't my fault too, but that's not what this episode's about. This episode's about filling time with uninteresting shit. So let's see here. What music instrument has the most annoying sound to you? I can tell you Cait hates saxophone. I don't know what instrument I find annoying. Bagpipes, I guess. Bagpipes because they only do one thing. They have one speed, and that's... It's an annoying sound. What's another annoying musical instrument? Truthfully, I think drums are way too loud. I don't like the way drums sound. I play drums. I don't like it. I don't care for it. Not a fan. What's the biggest lie you ever told? A bad question. Guys, I have an honesty policy. I don't lie. I don't enjoy it. It's not fun. Not for me. If you lie about shit, then you got to remember stuff that's not true, which is hard to do. And I think everybody, when you're growing up, you lie about shit and you figure that out. You're like, oh, this is dumb. It's much easier just to tell the truth and just be a nice person than it is to like not be a nice person and to lie to everybody. So that's lame. We all know people, pathological liars. What's the reason for saying after dark when it's actually really after light? Ooh, good question. Because people are dumb. People are dumb. Yeah, so I guess it's a good time to bring it up. So we were talking about Snowflake Mountain, and I was talking about the Devon girl, Devon is how she spells her name. And she's like 20, and she's a vegan, and she gets out of a challenge because she's like, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to cut up this deer. So anyway, I made that little video clip at Pomo and Kitch on my Instagram if you want to see it. And I literally am like, hey, telling the story of her. And then I don't know how it got back. I think some How to Become a Terrible Listener folks got to her or whatever. She found it somehow. Somebody told her And so she commented on it, and she was like, oh my God, thank God it wasn't, the 90s like you were talking about. They would have made me eat that deer. And it's like, true. So anyway, I then commented back, and I was like, holy shit, it's you, Devin. Holy shit. And so I asked her to be on the podcast, but I haven't heard anything back. So just to let you guys know what's going on. A little life update. Cait and I are going to Pennsylvania in about 2 weeks for 6 days. 6 days. 7 days. 1 week. It's going to be pretty nice. I'm excited to get out of the Arizona heat. If you guys don't know, that's where we are. It's fucking 104 right now. I have the air conditioning off because I'm recording a podcast. So I can't really, sit in comfort. So it's hot. But Little Awesome is asleep right next to me. Pass the fuck out. If you had to lose your hands or your feet, which would you choose? Probably feet. Probably feet. I feel like you could get. There's more you could do. I wouldn't want to have to learn how to do everything with my hands or with my feet. So I'd probably say if I lost my hands, I'd be totally fucked. But if I lost my feet, I could at least, sit. I'd get one of those sick jazzy scooters. Zzz. But I roll one of the jazzy scooters that's like climb stairs. Chuk 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 chuk. Do they make those? But then also I can get one of those showers. My grandparents had a shower when I was like a teenager that it was like a bathtub that went halfway up the wall. And like you got in and sealed it and like with the chuk chuk, and then you filled it up, but it was like a seated bathtub. Ruled. It was so cool. Like just to be able to sit down and take a bath, and then like also water would drain. You had to let all the water drain before you could get out though, because the way it was built, because the door was literally keeping the water in. So you'd have to like drain all the water and then shower off, but. Yeah, that'd be cool. I'd probably get one of those showers if I had to lose my feet. What are the things you would like to change if you became God for a day? Ooh, let's see here. I'd probably get rid of TikTok. Right? Get rid of TikTok. Maybe get rid of the other social medias. But keep the internet. Just be like, hey, no more of that. You guys, we were doing great before we had that. Now we got this, and the world's all fucked up. Granted, the people have a lot more information and are able to share. Like, that's cool. But I just don't need to see, like, adults dancing like they're 15 years old on TikTok for 4 likes. You know what I mean? It's weird. It's weird. I don't want to see Bret Easton Ellis dancing the Macarena. I don't want to see... some great intellectual. Like, imagine if Albert Einstein had a TikTok. And you knew everything you knew about Albert Einstein, but then somebody was like, do you know he has a TikTok? And here he is doing all the challenges. He's like planking. And you're just like, huh. And he's doing a choreographed dance and lip sync to TikTok. And you're like, you know what? I don't think I trust Albert Einstein's theories anymore. I think I'm out. I think if you're a scientist and you're doing that, if you're a doctor, ooh, there we go. Doctors shouldn't have TikToks. I don't want to see a brain surgeon, doing the Thriller dance, or It's Gonna Be Me by NSYNC. I don't need to see that. I would like to see him performing a successful brain surgery. That seems important. If you could put one condiment inside your belly button, what would it be and why? First of all, let's think of the options here. We got ketchup, we got mustard, we got all the mustards. I guess you got all the ketchups. You got curry ketchup, you got natural ketchup, you got all that barbecue sauce, ranch dressing. Does butter count as a condiment? You could probably put butter. What else would be good? Ooh, maple syrup. Maple syrup's a condiment, I think. Jam, strawberry, raspberry, blackberry, blueberry, snozberry, jam. All the jams. What would be awesome? I'd say, probably practically would you let anyone, like if you had a French fry, you're like Cait and I are eating, she ran out of ketchup. I'm like, hey babe, Don't worry about it. Just stick that French fry in my belly button. Is that how it works, or would I be able to dispense it? Like with like a little pump. Like they have at Jack in the Box. I'm pissed off, guys, about how now when you go to a fast food place, you can't just get handfuls of sauce. You can't just literally raid a Taco Bell and Money Heist style steal all the sauce they have. That was the best. You'd be like, I'm not, and you go through the drive-thru, my mouth would start working. And once you're out of the drive-thru, then you used to send somebody inside and be like, hey, they only give you 2 sauces in the bag. Go get some sauce. And there was that little island, and you just have your buddy, have your pal, Ron, Scott, Steve, what's up, guys, Craig. You'd have one of them go in and just get handfuls, bag it up. And then as you were leaving, the people behind the counter knew what you'd done, but they couldn't say anything. It was a different time. It was a different, much better time. And now you go to fucking Jack in the Box. You got to ask for a half packet of ketchup. And they act like you accosted them when you asked them. They're just like, hey, can I get a... And they're, sure. Sure. Getting lots of emails. American Horror Stories coming back, guys. What? Oh, no, American Horror Stories. Excuse me. But anyway, yeah, you can't get your fucking sauces, dude. Like, Panda Express was ruined by COVID-19. And here's my reason why. All it takes is one thing. You just need one Jenga block to pull out of the stack, and the whole thing is going to topple. And I think the one Jenga block for Panda Express was the hot sweet and sour sauce. Now, you may recall if you went to Panda before the pandemic, they'd put it in the little container, and it was hot, piping hot. Then you dip your little spring roll, your egg roll, pour it on your entree. Who gives a shit? But now they put it in packets. And I am pissed off about it, guys. I am furious. I am Furio from The Sopranos. Have you guys seen The Sopranos? All filler this week, guys. All filler. Let's talk about a show that's 25 years old. I haven't gone back and rewatched The Sopranos. I feel like I should. I mean, I watched it like twice after it first came out. Then I got into The Wire. Then you get into Oz. You go down your HBO rabbit hole. And now I feel like HBO is so diluted. There's too much. I guess there was too much back in the day. Oh, here's it. Okay, guys. Let's get into it. This is a premium episode. It took 42 minutes of recording to get here. But so a while ago, so I've been working on trying to develop my funeral home stories for television or film, right? That's important because I want to sell. Eventually, what I want to do is I want to sell my funeral home stories. I'm gonna do 3 more seasons. I think that's pretty clear. But I took 2.5 years off between season 3 and season 4. Like, it still hasn't come out yet. Because honestly, man, it's a lot of work, and it's just like I haven't been stoked. I haven't been inspired to sit down and write a new season until recently. And part of the reason I haven't been that excited is because I've had so many discussions with people about turning the podcast into something, doing this, doing that, and it never goes anywhere. It's like 5-10 conversations, and then it just fizzles out. And the one, I'm pretty sure I can say all this. I was chatting with some folks from one of the big networks, right? Weirdly, development team for one of the big, good networks, cinematic network. When I tell you what happened, you'll know what network it is. But I just don't want to. Anyway, could have been big, and maybe it could have gone somewhere else. But what happened was we got 3 conversations into this thing. I started writing this stuff, started getting like treatments, really, dialing in all the things that they had asked for in these meetings. And then I find out, I get an email before a meeting, and it's like, we just heard that this network picked up another funeral show, an old funeral show, a show that was on, 15 years ago. They're rebooting it. So they're not interested in 2 funeral properties. Well, fuck you. First of all, why would you stop the conversation? You could take it somewhere else. We could take it anywhere else. But I don't know. that. So I have a bad taste in my mouth, and I had a bad taste in my mouth for the last couple of years about some of the stuff, how that was handled, how just it could have been, the first 3 seasons could have been something very different for me, and it wasn't. So it's hard for me to be excited and enthusiastic to get back into it. But rest assured, I am. But I mean, you're here for the filler premium content, right, guys? All filler. That was the last 2 bits, man. That was some content, which I think is crazy. I think I'm going to edit all that out. I'm just going to keep it all filler. Do you have a habit of going for a walk while sleeping? That's a fucking dumb way of asking. Do you sleepwalk? Do I sleepwalk? I have in the past, but it's only under medicated states, right? So like Ambien, I tried taking Ambien one time. I was just cruising around the house, and I can't. Sleepwalking when you're living in when you're a single guy living on your own, it's very scary because you're like, what could I do? And then you see the shit on TV where it's like, this guy killed this person while he was sleepwalking. I'm like, well, guess what? That's not going to be me. I don't need to take Ambien. I don't need to medicate myself and sleepwalk into someone's apartment and brutally murder them. So yeah, I think what I do now is I just go to bed. No medication, guys. No big deal. Every once in a while I'll take a Tylenol PM. But I don't think I'm in a sleepwalking state when I take a Tylenol PM. 1 ibuprofen PM. That's what I take. That makes me trip so hard. I take 1 ibuprofen PM, and oh my God, you guys. You have no idea. Oh my God, breaking news. Legendary Hollywood actor James Caan dead at 82. Holy cow, this is wild. I wonder how Hollywood's handling it. Do you know how to fold a fitted sheet? No. You just wad it up and throw it in your closet. You have the linen closet, you have the other sheets folded, and then you just throw that on top. Fitted sheets are a pain in the ass. What will you be nostalgic about in 500 years? Good question. Podcasting. It's going to be gone. What else? Like all things you love in 500 years. Like you're not living for. First of all, everything we know is going to be so different in 500 years. Now, truthfully, I think in a few years it's over. I don't think we're making it 500 years, guys. I'm not being cynical or whatever. I think life as we know it will be very different in 30 years even. After we've, the people who have survived the nuclear holocaust, who've rotted out underground, are able to come back up in 40 years. I don't know. 500. My cats. Obviously, everyone I know, my mom, my dad, they'll all be dead. So 500 years from now, I'll probably miss them the most. How much would it suck though if you're a vampire, and you have to deal with the fact that everyone you know is dying all the time? But I guess like I don't know. Guys, I don't want to be a vampire. I think it'd be a tough life. I don't want to. I enjoy the Cullens. Is that who it was? Cullens? Edward? I enjoyed Lestat. And who's the other one? Batiste from Interview with the Vampire. I like vampire shit, but it would suck. It would suck to be a vampire. Like, what happens? Okay, so what happens if you like believe in souls and shit? If you're a vampire and you go outside and you burn up and you're done, your eternity, because you live forever, except if you get a stake in the heart, or if you're exposed to sunlight, then you die. But where do you go after that? Like, because that seems like a pretty easy way out of the eternity thing, because you live forever. It's like, but you can also die this way. So why aren't vampires? They get to a certain point, they're like, hey, heyday's over. I'm just gonna go walk in the sun. See, guys, there's gonna be a pile of clothes over here in about 30 seconds. Like, I never understood that. I need to pray on it, guys. I need to pray on it. 910-557-2871. Sorry that I didn't feel well last night, because I feel like if I would have recorded with Cait today, this would have been a good episode. But you know what? You win some, you lose some. All right, guys. So I'm going to take off. Hope you had a wonderful week. Cait and I will be back on the premium next week. We've been pretty consistent. Like we said, we were only going to do 3 a week or 3 a month, and I feel like we've hit 4 every month we've been doing this. So thank you guys. There's so many people subscribed, and so many new people that are finding out about it and subscribing that it's fun to do. And I think we're having a good time with it. But yeah, this week I just felt like shit when we recorded. So yeah, thank you for being patient. I hope you had fun. I hope you enjoyed this weird all filler episode. And yeah, you're Bruce Springsteen.
In a window and didn't